Hey, welcome to the Sip and Share. It's yet another episode, and thank you for being here. You're always following, so it's a good thing. Remember to watch, subscribe, and share with your friends, especially those who want to learn to make cocktails, and yourself if you want to host your friends. Hi, thank you for always following me and watching. Today on this episode, we are learning a little bit more of cocktails. So we are learning twists. Twists means making a cocktail that is similar to the original recipe. What do I mean by that? In the cocktail world, we have classics. So classics are cocktails that are really specified with a specified recipe that if you drank them here or you went to another place, any other bar, should taste almost the same. Because bartenders are like chefs, different hands, but should taste the same. Today we are mimicking the dark and stormy, alright? So let's say somebody wants a dark and stormy cocktail. First of all, dark and stormy is a cocktail that originates from the Bermuda. When you say Bermuda, many people always think of the Bermuda Triangle, like, okay, where ships disappear, I don't know where things disappear, but it's really a place and it has real people, you know what I mean? So the British Navy introduced the Gosling's ginger beer, which I'll attach here, to Bermuda. But the locals thought, oh my god, it's tasting so plain. If we added a little bit of Gosling dark rum, then it's gonna taste much better, right? They wanted to sip and share. So the original recipe calls for a Gosling ginger beer, which I am using our Tangawizi club soda, of course Kenyan. You could use a Stormy, you could use not really ginger ale, but I would say Stormy or Tangawizi club because it wants to give you that layer. And then I'm using Old Nick. You will see the recipe. I'm going to show you how to make it to just layer. See, the layering is looking beautiful, okay? So this is a twist because it's not respecting the original recipe, which is Gosling ginger beer and Gosling dark rum. So anytime somebody comes to your house and you feel like you want to make a cocktail, or you want to entertain but you don't have the real specific ingredients, you can always make a twist of a cocktail, okay? Let's say you want to make a margarita. Obviously margarita calls for tequila, conto, and lime and everything. Anything else is a variation of the original cocktail or is a twist. If you came up with your own cocktail using like let's say vodka, peach, orange, but with an addition of something else, then we cannot really call it sex on the beach, right? We're gonna call it something else. So if you're making any variation, always remember it's a twist. I want you to learn how to make this. See, the layering is beautiful, it's entertaining just visually, but that's not enough. We have to test it.
Nice.
It's refreshing. If you like ginger, this one is gonna clock it. Because this is so refreshing, especially if you're in the coast with the heat. You have the ginger base, it's a little bit tangy, but then you finish off with the dark rum, which could be very, very intense if you're using a very dark rum. But for this one, I prefer you use dark non-spice rum to complement the ginger. Let's go make it. Alright, here we are. So remember, it's a twist. Yeah. So we are going to use our club soda, Tangawizi. You could use any type of dark rum. I'm using Old Nick. Lime. And of course, our ice, which we're gonna start with anyway. Boom, boom, boom. Always remember, we use a lot of ice as mixologists to hold the ingredients. If you put less ice, your ingredients are going to dilute so fast. So we put the full glass to actually like hold the liquids together and maintain a flavor. So there we are. We are going to start with the soda. I'm gonna go with a good amount, fizzy and nice. All right. Remember, our lime is here. We're gonna squeeze some lime. So dark and stormy started when British sailors in the Bermuda Triangle. We are talking 1980s. And the original recipe uses Gosling rum, yeah? I'm gonna attach a picture. Gosling rum and Gosling ginger beer. That's why I say this is a twist, which means it's not the main ingredient. Here you go. Look at that. Very easy. Always remember to garnish, make it look nice. And this is your twist of the dark and stormy. Cheers. Okay, you've learned how to make a dark and stormy or a twist of dark and stormy. So why not go outside, buy your ingredients and entertain your friends or family, whichever it is. Remember to sip, share and have a good time. Share your story because it matters. Cheers. See you on the next episode. Hi, thank you for always following me and watching.